RingGangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode. What it do?
Yeah, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for this wonderful Sunday morning, Pascal, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What it do is Shuttleworth the God, aka the GOAT artist, aka LB Lauderdale Boss, the Soul Wolves creator, RingGangRadio.com in the building.
Yes, sir. Ring Gang in the house forever, always, man. As always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what's good, y'all? You already know who this is. Your boy King P, Bodega Boxing in the building. Ring Gang Radio, let's get it.
Hey, Bodega P. He's not in the sewer today. You know, he's on vacation somewhere. And in places, parts unknown.
Parts unknown, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. Parts unknown. But as always, though, we recognize, his dedication.
He's gonna start giving out his address. He's like, he's at the La Quinta Inn, South New Jersey Drive.
But as always, we recognize his dedication. Thank you for for your service. Keeping our city safe, and you earn your vacation, and of course coming out here on a Sunday morning, to rap with us, man. So we appreciate that, and also from our other homie from another parts, from another location from parts unknown, and he's also on here. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what's going on? It's PJ, aka the Fight Architect, RingGangRadio.com. Yeah, as you know, undisclosed location, aka none of your damn business, Canada.
Exactly, none of your goddamn business, man. You better ask somebody, man. All you have to know is cold. Yeah, all you know where he is, it's cold there, and their milk's in plastic bags, man. Can you dig it? Yeah. So it's like,
sure, we'll go with that.
Dig it,
man.
Can you dig it?
Last but not least.
Yes, sir. Last but certainly not least, man. Introduce yourself, bruh.
Yo, you already know who the fuck it is. It's your boy Rome, Shot-Town Zone. Top 5 in the building, last of a dying breed, nigga. What's up? RingGangRadio.com, nigga. What's up?
Yes, sir, man.
Finals out now.
Exactly. Chicago win, nigga.
It's been out, nigga.
Yes, sir. Chicago win, man, because he leaves niggas in the breeze. You know what I'm saying? It's good to have my nigga on this this podcast too as well, man. Yeah, so it's like 5 of us. It's been a minute since there's been 5 of us on this shit.
Been a minute, been never.
Really? I thought we did have it, but like I said, if we
know what? We've had 5 people. It was shout outs to RT DZ. DZ was on an episode with us. I think the Wilder Fury rematch. Yeah. But yeah, I think that was the last time I think we had 5 people.
Yeah, and I know we've had we've had my man Big Faces on there before, and that was 5 people. So yeah, but
as far as 5 Ring Gang members, and you see, because DZ was on something that was a super special feature guest, because that's Ring Gang, but he was someone you don't really hear on the podcast like that. But this is the first time you got 5 of us who really be on the podcast like that, all on here. So
right,
all the spin-offs are combined. The eye test, the Rome Retro Review. The whole gang in here now. The whole X-Men is out.
Yeah.
We got Colossus, we got Beast, we got Wolverine, got Gambit. One of you niggas is Nightcrawler. I don't know. We're fucking just popping up and disappearing all the time and shit. So
word. But yeah,
he got my sandwich. It's Nightcrawler.
But yeah, no, it's great to have all 5, at least 5 of us on here like this, man. So yeah, we definitely got some stuff to talk about. Obviously, the first thing we're gonna talk about is Crawford and Brooke, man, and all the fuckery that went down in the 2 main fights, though. But before we get into that, You know, I gotta say one thing about one of the prelim fights on there. Now, for the most part, the prelim fights for that part were good. They were pretty good. But there was one particular fight on there that I want to talk about. You know, and that's Joshua Greer. Now, obviously, if you watched the summer series, Joshua Greer, you know, had an extreme career mode glitch. You know, when he got dropped twice and he lost to an unheralded Mike Plania. You know,
the controller dropped, the batteries went out. I don't know, just yeah, because you said extreme career mode glitch. I mean, that's the worst one ever. Like,
yeah, and what really fucked up too is because dude had high rankings on every section, but I think he was number one for one of them. So that loss dropped.
He was going to get a title shot basically. Like he was there, like he was title shot consideration.
Right, like he probably would have been Monster's opponent for ESPN had he won. You know what I'm saying? So it was a huge fuck up. So he was the main event of the prelim part, you know, where he faced another unheralded fighter, Edwin Rodriguez. You know, he won the deceptive records. He was 11-5-1 with 5 knockouts. You know, so he was. Yeah,
that record has jobber written all over it.
But unfortunately, it was not. You know, so and you know, Greer's defense continues to be leaky. He was getting caught by shit he shouldn't get caught with. To his credit, he didn't go down. He didn't like wobble over the place, but he was getting too many clean shots to his head. You know, time you think like, dog, like where's this dude's defense? And Shakur Stevenson was in his corner too. It's like he was one of his chief seconds or whatever. You know, and
I seen the picture, but damn, I didn't know that was like true like that.
No, it was true. It was very
true.
They
talked about it before the fight.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know what Shakur was giving him, but clearly it wasn't working. So pretty much it only took Rodriguez like wearing out, and this happened in the Plania fight too, that Greer came on. And personally, I thought Greer might have did enough. He won enough of the 2 rounds. I think he might have pulled off by like maybe 1 or 2 or whatever. But surprisingly, the judges, you know, 2 of them had a draw, but the winning card was to the jobber, Edwin Rodriguez. So I don't really want to call him a jobber because he didn't perform like one. But he was supposed to be the jobber, so. Like Joshua Greer, though, I mean, this is 118. Like he I mean,
hold on, whoa, what? Wait. They had his opponent the score 118.
No, it was the weight, bruh.
Oh, I'm about to say, I'm like, God, like nigga, you got your ass whooped, like, bruh.
That is no.
Yeah,
like that's no jobber, nigga. That's the nigga Floyded your ass.
Yeah, no. Like the winning card was 77-75. It was a 10-round fight. Oh, excuse me, 8-round fight. Excuse me. So, yeah, you know. So the other ones were 76-76. So, and pretty much Greer had to like win those rounds, you know, else he would have lost the fight. So, yeah, Greer. I don't know. Like, I mean, Greer at one time, you know. I mean, dude looked like he was on his way with the whole night shit and shit like that, though. But dude has been struggling hard. Like, you know, I was there for one of his fights live last year, you know, the one in Newark, you know, where everyone against Podomatic. I actually did an interview with him, you know, where he.
So on ringgangradio.com.
Yep, Ring Gang Radio.
The whole fight report, y'all check that out.
Yeah, you know, and like everyone in the crowd thought that dude lost, and you know, Podomatic and. Dimitri Salita, his promoter, was all up in my face, like, yeah, interview him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because that's in the video section, y'all. Like, he did say that. Like,
yeah,
dude was pretty much telling him, like, look, my guy won. Like, I don't know what they did. Like, so yeah, that's real talk.
Yeah, like, you know, dude has been shaky in his last like 4 or 5 fights, man. So it's just like, you know, he's been shaky, for his last 5 fights, man. So. Yeah, you know, they need to. Greer needs to do something, make some changes fast. Because if he's actually fed to Monster, he's getting knocked out. Like I'm not even gonna bullshit and be like, this is nah. Like he's getting absolutely knocked out. He's getting knocked out cold. He's not beating no Monster at this point. You know, he's still. Oh, go ahead.
I'm just trying to remember because I don't 100% really remember who's his chief coach. I can't remember who was his coach for the fight. Was it Kate Karoma or no?
No, I don't remember. All I remember was Shakur was in his corner. Shakur was the one who was actually giving out more of his advice for whatever reason.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like maybe he should go to, I mean, I don't know what he wants to do, but maybe go to the same coach that Shakur goes to, Kate Karoma, because he's very particular about like, hey, you're leaky here. We need to fix it now.
Well, damn, I mean, Shakur Stevenson, like, if he can't get you right in the ring, I don't know.
I'm saying, like,
I mean, I'm just...
It boils down to the fighter, too, because maybe you say, like, okay, I'm listening to good advice, doesn't mean they're actually going to do it.
No, because think about it. I mean, like, I get what you're saying. You're like, okay, instead of going to Shakur Stevenson, go to his trainer. But then it's like, well, damn, like, it works for Shakur Stevenson. Like, he should be able to, like, that's like a nigga saying, well, you know, that's like a nigga saying, I ain't gonna go to PJ, I'm gonna go to LB. And I'm gonna be like, well, goddamn, like, PJ know what the fuck he's doing. Like, what happened?
And if it really boils down to that, then maybe, you know, in that analogy, you ask that person in their face, what happened?
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what I was like, well, hold on. Like, that nigga knows 3-foot rule. He knows this, that. What'd you do? Like,
the mental game,
rude?
Rude. The mental game is very different for person to person, so who knows?
Yeah, no,
yeah, that's true. You're right about that.
Yeah, I mean, Gray doesn't seem like he was, you know, he wasn't like discouraged, but it's just clear, like, dude, like, he has some cracks in his technical foundation that need to be filled. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I mean, for a guy like who's like ranked 1 at one point, just by last year, and he's fighting to a majority draw that he could have arguably lost as well. He could have arguably won. That's bad. Like, it's not. You know, that's
how you go from rank 1 to like you rank like 12 or some shit now.
Exactly.
Within a year, like, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, in the way I was saying, I don't mean like, you know, flat out change the main coach, but maybe like, you know, just take like a month or so, just work with the person for a bit. And then go back to still stay with your original camp. Maybe be like, hey, let's do like a collaborative effort. Like you say, like, hey, let's do this, work things out, see where it goes from there. But otherwise, I guess, like when you guys were saying, like, because he's been leaky, it's been really bothering him in his head. And he even mentioned it himself leading up to that fight. He said he fell in love with his power. And then once it wasn't there, he had to figure out, like, what else can I do? Where if you have like,
I don't know, box.
Yeah.
I was leading to that, but sure, let's go ahead.
Yeah, because I mean, because Greer has to, because I don't want to see him turn into another Rashid Warren, you know, someone who never really fixed some of his flaws, you know, and is now.
At least Rashid Warren, you know, became a champion though.
He did, you know.
So, you know, that's his saving grace. Like, it's a little different, like, when you haven't won a title. Mm-hmm. Because then we look at it like, well, he still has a chance. Like, you know, he could fix him. But, you know, when you have, it's kind of, you kind of ease up a little. So mm-hmm. I get you. I get what you're saying. You're right, though, because I think Warren could have done more in the sport.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, but he did get a title. But Greer, like, shit, we weren't trying to get him to Warren level.
Exactly, and he looked like he was actually going to get there faster, you know. But now it's like he's struggling again. This is like 5 fights in a row. He's had suspect performances, like his leaky foundation and everything like that. Yeah, hopefully something changes like after this fight, because he needs to like a draw, because he doesn't want to do that and then get into a high profile fight and bam, he's getting knocked around. Like that's what it's building up to. You know,
dude, that was the plan your fight.
Yeah.
Like the first half, he was getting dropped and hurt, and like he couldn't really do nothing until his opponent got tired. Then he kind of came on a little stronger, but it just wasn't enough. So,
and that's not always going to happen. Like apparently, there's gonna be
because some niggas don't get tired from beating your ass. Like
Monster is one of them.
Like, okay, you won't go down? Sure. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. It'll be like fucking Kessler Andrade, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Just one thing your ass to death.
Yeah, the other thing too is, Greer is 26, so he still has time. It's just getting shorter and shorter, but he does have time.
Yeah, he has time, but you got to look at the time in relation to getting your ass whooped. If you have time, but you have your defense is below average, then you don't have as much time as you think you do. Like,
oh no, that's what I mean. Like, he has time, but it just depends how is he going to utilize the year or those little gaps.
Yeah, because I mean, shit, we all thought Alex Cecedo had time.
Yeah, we did, and then unfortunately,
you know,
You know, unfortunately, like I said, the human body can only withstand so much, and eventually, you know, it breaks.
That's why I'm gonna just leave it off like this. Like, you can't spend all your time working and improving and trying to improve your defense. You just have to improve it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All this, you know, getting ready to try to do something, like, you know, you can't get ready for 5 years trying to make something better. You got to make it better by now. Like,
Exactly.
You know, it's a little tough love, but it is what it is. So, you know. Next.
Like I said, I only like this because, like I said, Greer, he has something, but, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Greer.
You know, but yeah, you know, definitely gotta work together. But yeah, you know, just wanted to make sure I mentioned that fight, you know, and then obviously the main card, you know, the co-main was Joshua Franco, you know, making his first defense of his GameStop belt, you know, that he won in the summer against Andrew Moloney. Now, if you saw the first fight, it was probably like one of the top 3 best fights of the Bubble series. Like that shit is a legit fight of the year candidate.
Yeah. Easily a fight of the year candidate, like top 5 probably.
Yeah, you know, so I mean, it was a dope fight. So like when this shit was announced for that, so I was like, oh shit, like they put this on the Crawford card, so they know they want a course to watch.
They just like, you know, that Crawford fight going to be like an early knockout. So let's give you like a fight of the year candidate.
Yep. And my title for this fight is Imaginary Headbutts.
Like, you ever had a headbutt that's not there, but it's chasing you in the woods at night?
No matter where you go, the forehead is just right in front of you.
But you don't see it though.
No, you don't.
Everybody
You hear the
telling you it's
Halloween
there.
theme playing.
Yo, and let's
Don't go left, nigga. Right. Hold on, let's go back 10 seconds into the movie though.
Yeah, honestly, like, first of all, I was disappointed that the fight only ended in 2 rounds, though. But for the little bit of the fight, I mean, pretty much it was all Moloney, right?
Nigga, that was a tease. That's like a bitch put her lips on your dick for like 30 seconds and then she had to leave or something. Like, I ain't gonna, like, that was the biggest boxing tease. Like,
yeah. I
haven't been teased that much since damn Raul Marquez and Shane Mosley fought.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's taking it back.
That was a tease though. That fight looked like it was gonna be good, and then the headbutt.
Yeah.
I remember at the time people was like telling Raul Marquez, like, "Damn, you look kind of good for that couple rounds. Like, you should, you know, be more serious. Like, you should."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, damn, like, fuck.
But that was an actual headbutt.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, not an imaginary one.
Yeah, just like also too with Margarito and Daniel Santos, the first fight ended in that same fucking fashion too. When it looked like it was good, they were gonna thump. You know,
like,
the same
damn,
thing.
Looking good. Fucking Bradley Nate Campbell felt the same way.
Yeah.
It looked like that shit was heating up, and then headbutt. I'm like, and you know, Bradley was right there. That nigga, the headbutt expert. So when he was talking, I was like, you know what? Let me just shut the fuck up. Listen to this nigga.
Yeah,
that was really funny when they did that bit about headbutts.
Because he know him some headbutts.
Yeah, no, Bradley, like, I remember people used to argue like, "Oh, Bradley doesn't headbutt." I was like, "This nigga headbutts." Like, pretty much Bradley was a headbutter until Provodnikov actually rattled his brain so much he never really did that shit afterwards. And
somebody hauling off and hitting his ass hard as fuck, and him running in there for him to be like, "No, you know, I ain't gonna headbutt niggas no more." Like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, but at least
they headbutted him with their fist though. That's what it was.
Yeah, exactly. But at least it was good though. Bradley at least acknowledged his shortcoming on there, you know, during his career. You know, that headbutting shit. You know, I hated it myself though. But yeah, it was terrible because you were like, damn it, this fight was gonna be fire. You know, and then after that, the real fuckery began because, you know, Andrew Moloney, when they called that shit off, because you see Franco's eye, it blew up immediately. Like no inswell in the world would have stopped it. Now, if this was the old days, they would have probably cut that hematoma like below or above the eye or whatever. They purposely used to give niggas cuts so the blood would drain out so you can open the eye. You can't do that no more, obviously, because, you know, things can go wrong, like cutting a muscle or some wild shit. You know, they don't do that.
Some nerves. Oh god.
Yeah.
You don't want to play with those nerves, people. I'll leave it at that.
They don't regenerate like that. So it's like, so after the doctor saw that shit, it's like, man, he can't continue. But then Andrew Moloney was like, yes, like, obviously he thinking he won this shit,
And he was happier than Trinidad.
He knew it off rip. He was like, as soon as they called it, he was like, yes.
Yeah, they do wearing the looks and everything. Like,
that nigga won the Super Bowl. He was lit, bro. I don't blame him though.
But then, of course, referee
regained his championship. He regained his chip. Honestly, that's what he did.
Yeah, I mean, we also had, but then referee Russell Moore, who's infamous for his dubious calls, said no, this was a headbutt. Well, we go in, if you don't do 4 completed rounds, and then it's a no contest.
Wait, what is this? What is this first?
I got a question real quick.
Yep.
Normally when they headbutt, don't they like break them up and like take a break for like a second and be like, yo, nigga.
That's low blows. Isn't that low blows?
Only low blows they do that?
Yeah.
Low blows, they give like a 5-second window.
Which is funny because Russell Moore is usually the one where it's low blows, where there's always a controversy with low blows. But I guess they promoted him to headbutts now.
Yeah.
You gotta move up the ranks, man. You gotta move up the ranks.
Yeah, no. So that was it for now. Had that shit went over 4 rounds, obviously it would have been a decision, and Moloney would have legit won his title. So his won this, but without the fuckery. But unfortunately, the doctor, Mora called the doctor. The doctor was like, you know what? Yeah, no, this eye is done. So unfortunately, he had to call the fight. Now, however, though, it seemed like everyone's like, what the fuck caused his eye to blow up like that? Was it a headbutt? Was it an elbow? Was it a shoulder? Like, they literally went through the shit for almost a half hour, trying to figure out like all these fucking cameras. And then they had was it Robert Bird on the outside? He was the one looking at the monitor. So you already know all the shit is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and then they were calling the phone. They were calling the executive director and shit like that. Was it Bob Bennett or something like that? So it's like they were really making a show of it.
Yeah, they were doing like a lifeline, crowd choosing, everything from like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you have Bradley and Ward, it was like, okay, here's what we see,
I ain't get it. They had niggas coming from upstairs, coming from downstairs, pulling niggas out the crowd. Like, nigga, what you think?
Yeah.
I swear that's exactly how it looked like. It was just one of those random, like a crime scene, and it's like, hey, you, hey, what you think this looks like?
Bradley coming in is just like, listen here, I know something about headbutts, and I'm gonna tell you this.
No, Andre Ward, he knew off rip. He was like, yo, fuck these niggas. He was like, nigga, I've done this shit all my life. You can't tell me this nigga got headbutted.
Yeah, but further to there was clearly a set though, because Joshua Franco is a Golden Boy fighter, so Top Rank did not want that belt to leave, that GameStop belt to leave. So you see, so Bob was over there with Robert Bird and the executive directors and shit like that. And he was spazzing, and he's a 90-year-old man spazzing over this shit. So it's like, it's like because they wanted that belt to because. They didn't want that shit to go again. Oscar, it'll be like, oh, of course, Oscar wasn't even there. Probably for different reasons why he wasn't there. To at least support his champion that he has. So it's just like, this shit was.
He had no Canelo hearing to attend.
I know what I'm saying.
Ryan Garcia's fight is postponed. I don't know why Oscar couldn't be there. Damn.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Like, y'all see, you be treating dudes like little niggas, like.
Yeah,
Floyd be flying out to like everybody little card and shit.
Exactly.
Floyd gets more respect than his fighters.
but damn, Oscar's like, man, fuck it. Someone's still fighting. He'll tell me about it.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll read about it. They
can just text me the next day.
Yeah, I got Yahoo News. Like the fuck.
You'd be like, who? Like, who's the champion for Golden Boy? What?
oh, that's the. I pay that guy. Like, he works here. Like, this nigga just give a fuck all. Like,
Oscar's a fool though. But but of course, even he weighed in eventually. He was like, well, it was clearly a headbutt. So yeah. So yeah, Franco retains. Yeah, the dude was stupid, like. But yeah, this whole thing, like half hour, like you have all these cameras and multi-million-dollar cameras, all angles and shit, and you can, and at first it was a headbutt, then the whole thing with the thumb, because now of course we learned too that even if the thumb is attached to the glove, which all gloves are, because thumb in the eye equals a detached retina, pretty much, or
but nah, yo, fuck all that. Like, I felt a way about that punch because it was a jab.
Mm-hmm.
A punch can do that the way it just, and it's like he didn't even twist his jab, like he didn't even have the torque on the punch like that. Like maybe I think it was because of the angle, it was an up jab. But you can hit somebody with the thumb part of the glove with the thumb attached and still get him in the eye. Like I like the reason why I feel it, because Rome actually caught me with that punch like maybe about 5 weeks ago.
Depending on the glove brand and how they're made.
But with a right hand. But with a right hand.
And the eye started like puffing like right away.
Yeah, like I dodged about like 3-4 punches from this nigga. He gets me with that one. Like, he leveled up. He was a good shot. Like, I got it filmed, so I know it happened. So I can't lie.
It wasn't a lucky punch.
No, it wasn't a lucky punch. But before we spar, I always tell this nigga, because we was training real good. That that nigga, he improved. Like, which I told y'all. I kind of tell him how to box the round, and it's like, for this reason, like, he did it better than any other fucking time, and he had me like back foot boxing. He had me on the go. Like, the nigga was like getting me with jab. I'm like, god damn, like, how this nigga turn into Lennox Lewis now? Motherfuck this nigga. Like,
he listens. That's all it means. He listens.
Nah, he listened. I was proud of the nigga, but I was still like, god damn, like. But anyways, like, I could understand the punch. I know, I understand that the punch had that effect on Franco's eye, because he didn't cut me, but it had the same effect. Like, my eye got red, it puffed up quick. Like, I'm like, oh damn, like, and I didn't stop, like, because Rome, like, I could tell, like, when he caught me with it, he was like, oh shit, like, damn, like, he didn't even expect to catch me with no fucking right hand. Like, that nigga never catch me with no clean right hand like that. So
no, it was too clean. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
It was like,
I was like, nah, that shit was too clean, nigga.
It was like when Paulie had caught Juan Diaz.
Yeah.
Oh, Paulie was just like, oh shit.
It's like, oh shit, like, I caught him, like, but the nigga Paulie hurt the nigga. He had hurt me, but he caught me. But since it was the eye, I had stopped. I was like, oh shit, like, god damn. And so he had paused, and I was like, nah, keep going. So that's when I kind of came toward him, and we finished the round. But I know a punch could cause that shit, and I know that imaginary headbutt is bullshit. So fuck that whole goddamn committee who decided on that shit. It was some under the table shit that decided that shit.
Yeah, and that pretty much, like, after all that, that's what I said. Well, it was a no decision. It was a headbutt, and then Joshua Franco retains his belt, and Franco already looked defeated. Like, Franco looked defeated from like the first exchange in the fight. Like, I mean, I don't know what the fuck he fought with, like, no fight. Like, he let Moloney dictate the pace and everything like that. Like, dude looked defeated. As
he did, something did look off. Like, honestly, the way he fought reminded me of Chocolatito in the rematch for Sora and Visay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like no fire, no intensity.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe the first fight, was rougher on Moloney. Moloney had the injuries and shit. Like, so,
yeah, like Moloney, I think it was life and death in that first fight. But this fight, it almost looked like Moloney was going to cruise to like a 116, 112 decision.
Yeah,
I personally think it's more of a case of like how, in terms of a rematch, how each fighter approaches it. Moloney had an axe to grind, so he approached it like that. Whereas Franco thought that, I beat him up so badly the other time, he's not going to come out like that. So the second that it went south, he was like, what the hell's going on?
Mm-hmm.
That shit went south. The damn when the bell rung, nigga. Like,
yeah, exactly.
dude over vibe. Like.
I'm agreeing. That's what I'm saying. I'm just like those situations.
Oh no, I feel you. It's like
the other thing too. I wanted to add about the whole thing about the glove and the thumb thing. So because of the collection of gloves I have, certain gloves, even though there's a thumb strap, depending on how the glove is made, the thumb is either longer or the strap goes wider than it should. So even though you know you're making a fist, depending on how the glove is made, your thumb is going to either extend or it's going to hang behind your index finger in a fist, depending on the brand of the glove. So say, for example, rival gloves. The way they try to make it, anytime you make a fist, your thumb is always behind your fingers. Whereas winning, your thumb will accidentally come out in front. The same with another brand called Twins. So it's easy to get your thumb caught into the target when you're throwing a punch. So it depends on the gloves and how they're made and how the person makes a fist in general.
And how the punch gets landed too.
Exactly.
If they slightly moving their head or if they standing up straight. So it's a lot of factors. That's a great observation, by the way. You know, another gem provided by the Fight Architect.
Yes, sir.
Wait for the glove review section. It's going to be coming up on ringgangradio.com.
Yeah. Oh man, but yeah, no, it was disappointing. Like the whole thing, and like I said, and they pretty much fucked Moloney, and then Moloney had some smoke, like because the niggas was talking shit to him, you know, and then ESPN let shit, of course, go past their senses, you know, because he was talking shit, you know, and then, that nigga was furious. Like, honestly, I don't blame Moloney for it, you know. So you know, because usually when niggas are that bitter, you know, that third fight is coming. Depends on where it's going to be. Now, if Oscar makes him fight on the zone, you know, or whatever.
Third fight feel like it might need a crowd though.
Yeah, you know, because now Moloney has, you know, he's about to go back to Australia, and he has an axe to grind. That dude. I
remember his brother just got bodied. So when your twin got bodied the other day, it's like you add in that because now you feel like you got to win the title back to get respect back for the family name. Mm-hmm. Your brother just got bodied. You lost earlier. Like, like, nah, it's like it's so much shit on the line. Like he fought that way. Like you could tell he was gonna give it his all, and just to have the fight end like that. It was weak.
Yeah, because now he knows he's like, it's not even a case of like, you know, just fight through. He now wants to end it.
Yeah. And then Franco, I'm pretty sure that probably woke up Franco. Was like, you know what? You know, I can't fuck around with this dude anymore. So I'm expecting the third fight is going to be a fight of the year candidate. Because like I said, because they both now got access to grind. You know, it's like the way they were jawing at each other at the end of, you know, in the post fight shit. Yeah, there's no way.
These niggas got a whole tool set of weapons to fucking grind, nigga. Like, all that shit that went off right now. Nah.
Yeah.
Third fight's gonna look like an EPO episode.
Nigga, we talk longer than the podcast longer than the fucking fight itself. Like
I'm saying, like, you know, so you know, say obviously, you know, if a new boxing fan was watching this, he's like, so this is a thing now. So there was a headbutt, but there wasn't a headbutt. And that's how you win fights, huh? Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure anyone newbie might have been confused with what the fuck they were watching.
I don't know if you've seen Ermac from Mortal Kombat. He doesn't need to touch you to slam you around. So maybe that's how that headbutt showed up.
Oh wow!
You brought that shit back, Ermac.
Nigga, crazy. It's funny because I was playing Mortal Kombat XL like yesterday. So like for him to just mention Mortal Kombat, I'm just like, oh shit! Like
we are many, you are one.
The layers. But yeah, man, let's get to this main event. You know, I know we got some fire for that shit. I know all y'all niggas is, you know, I got a yawn text from somebody.
Yeah, from somebody.